Do you actually know if your cat enjoys it when you pet them? Sure, they let you do it, but there's a massive difference between a cat tolerating your touch and actually enjoying it. In fact, the way most owners pet their cats is silently teaching them to pull away. If you keep doing it, which most owners do, you might be slowly turning yourself into something your cat braces for, instead of a companion they lean into. 1. The tail base isn't always an invitation. One of the biggest misunderstandings cat owners have happens right near the base of the tail. You reach down, scratch that specific spot, and suddenly your cat raises their back end. Most people instantly assume they're begging for more. The reaction looks highly enthusiastic, so the scratching continues. But just a few moments later, the tail begins to twitch, the skin ripples, or the cat suddenly turns around and grabs your hand. What seemed like pure enjoyment transforms into irritation almost instantly. The reason for this is surprisingly simple. The area just above a cat's tail contains a massive concentration of sensitive nerve endings. A brief, light scratch can feel pleasant, but prolonged stimulation can quickly become overwhelming. Unlike humans, cats don't always have a clear line between a sensation that is enjoyable and one that is becoming too intense. As stimulation builds, their nervous system can switch from comfort to discomfort in seconds. That sudden bite or swat isn't necessarily aggression. Often, it is simply their only way of ending a sensation that has become too much. A better approach is moderation. If your cat presents that area, a few gentle strokes are usually more than enough. Then, pause and observe. Watch the tail, ears, and overall body posture. A relaxed cat will remain loose and comfortable. A twitching tail or tense muscles are clear signs that the experience has run its course. Learning when to stop is often far more important than knowing where to pet. 2. Stop petting too fast. Many cat owners unknowingly pet their cats the exact same way they would interact with a dog. Quick pats on the head, repeated tapping on the side, or energetic rubbing may feel affectionate from a human perspective. The problem is that cats interpret touch very differently. Their social interactions rely heavily on slow, predictable contact rather than rapid, chaotic physical stimulation. When cats show affection to each other, they typically rub cheeks, press their bodies together, or groom with slow, deliberate movements. These behaviors create steady pressure and clear, calming communication. Fast tapping, on the other hand, introduces repeated bursts of sudden sensation that can feel startling, even when the cat fully trusts the person delivering them. While some cats will tolerate it, tolerance should never be confused with enjoyment. Think about how your cat responds when you move slowly. A relaxed hand resting against their cheek often encourages them to push forward into your palm. A gentle, slow stroke along the forehead or under the chin frequently results in half-closed eyes and soft purring. These reactions indicate true comfort rather than mere endurance. The next time you reach for your cat, slow everything down. One calm, steady stroke often creates a much stronger bond than 10 rapid pats. Cats deeply appreciate touch that feels predictable, and predictability is one of the core foundations of trust. 3. Don't interrupt their sleep. Few things are more tempting than a sleeping cat. Whether they are curled into a perfect ball, stretched across the couch, or tucked into a warm, sunny patch of light, they look impossible to resist. Many owners instinctively reach out for a quick stroke because it seems entirely harmless. After all, the cat usually just wakes up, glances around, and settles right back down. But what appears harmless on the surface may not feel that way from the cat's perspective. Sleep is one of the most vulnerable states any animal can enter. When a cat falls into a deep sleep, they are essentially trusting their environment enough to lower their guard completely. Every uninterrupted nap reinforces the idea that their surroundings are safe and secure. When that sleep is repeatedly interrupted by unexpected touch, their brain begins associating rest with uncertainty and alertness. Over time, some cats become lighter sleepers and remain on edge even when they appear relaxed. This doesn't mean you should never interact with your cat. It simply means timing matters. Allow sleeping cats to enjoy their rest undisturbed. When they wake up naturally, they will often seek out interaction on their own terms. Interestingly, many cats become significantly more affectionate when they know their personal space will be respected. By resisting the urge to touch them while they sleep, you're actually strengthening the very feeling of security that encourages deeper trust later on. For too many hands, too little control. When your cat seems to be thoroughly enjoying your attention, it is natural to want to give them more. One hand is scratching under the chin, so why not add a second hand along their back? It feels like extra affection from our perspective, yet for many cats, two-handed petting creates a completely different claustrophobic experience than we intend. Cats are highly aware of their ability to move freely. Their sense of safety depends heavily on maintaining control over their environment and keeping their escape routes open. When both sides of their body are occupied by human hands, some cats begin to feel trapped and restricted, even if no actual restraint is happening. The mere perception of limited movement can trigger instant discomfort. The result is often subtle at first. The body stiffens slightly, the ears rotate backward, the purring slows down, and then suddenly, the cat leaps away. What makes this particularly important is that cats value choice above all else. They prefer interactions they can start, continue, or end whenever they choose. When physical contact feels too encompassing, that freedom begins to disappear. Instead of surrounding your cat with attention, try allowing them some space. Use just one hand and let them decide how close they want to be. If they lean in, continue. If they step away, let them go. The goal isn't maximizing the amount of touch. The goal is creating an interaction your cat feels fully in control of, because control is one of the strongest ingredients in feline trust. 5. Ask before you pet. There's one simple habit that separates the people cats absolutely adore from the people cats merely tolerate. Surprisingly, it happens entirely before any petting even occurs. Most humans walk up to a cat and immediately place a hand on them. We view this as a friendly, warm greeting, but from a cat's perspective, physical contact arrived before permission was ever granted. Cats have a beautiful greeting ritual built entirely around investigation and scent. Before close contact occurs, they usually gather information. They sniff, they observe, and they evaluate. Only after that process do they decide whether further interaction is welcome. When humans skip this step, we unknowingly bypass a major part of feline communication. The solution couldn't be easier. Instead of reaching directly for your cat, extend your hand slowly and hold it completely still a short distance away. Then just wait. Don't chase them with your fingers. Don't wiggle your hand. Simply offer the opportunity. If your cat moves forward, sniffs your hand, rubs their cheek against it, or gently bumps it with their nose, they have essentially given you permission to continue. That small moment transforms petting from something imposed upon them into an activity they actively chose to participate in. Many owners are shocked by how dramatically this changes their daily interactions. Cats that previously walked away often become much more receptive, and cats that seem distant begin initiating contact more frequently. That's because trust isn't built through touching more. It's built through respect and communication. And few gestures communicate respect more clearly than allowing your cat to decide when affection begins. The truth is, most cat owners aren't hurting trust because they don't care. They're hurting trust because they are speaking a completely different language. Cats communicate through subtle signals, personal space, and choice. The more you understand those signals, the stronger your bond becomes. So, the next time your cat approaches, remember, slow down, watch their body language, and let them have a say in the interaction. You might be surprised by how much more affectionate they become when they finally feel understood. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us here on Catera for more fascinating insights into the hidden world of cats.